Hello everyone, welcome to kdmoonchild's world. I'm Katie and you have reached Saturday Solutions. Sound like I'm the operator at a business. I'm definitely not that, although I have been many times been a receptionist and a secretary. Yeah, welcome to Saturday Solutions. The whole idea here is to find a place of inspiration maybe for you guys. For me as well, because this card reading helps me as much as it does you. So I don't want to waste a lot of time yippity yapping about nothing. I want to get right started into the reading, but first I need to say thank you very much to Isaac for joining me on and I will thank him again at the end of the video, on the Lightworkers Roundtable. What a wonderful conversation. I learned so much. All I have to say is, wow, if I would have had just one therapist like him, would have saved me a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of frustration, and yeah, medication. So no, I'm not happy all the time because I'm on medication or I'm off medication. It's because I learned how to walk through that darkness, to find this light. It's real. It's me. So anyway, as a part of that fun, this card reading is about our current situation, our hopes and dreams, our goals, where we want to be, and then a roadmap how to get there. All three of those decks, the first three decks that I use, are from Colette Baron Reed. The next thing we do is we look at what chakra is blocked, because obviously something is blocked, because we aren't where we want to be. And we look up, we pull the chakra card, find out what that is that's blocked, and how best we can work at unblocking it until maybe next Saturday, when we do this all over again. Anyway, and then finally, we have a message from Spirit. Just pull a card, an oracle card. And the final message from Spirit is from the Untethered Soul, and is, there's no image. It's just pretty profound words, I've found it to be. It goes along with the book, The Untethered Soul. You know, how to feel freer, not so held down, and yeah, they're great cards. Anyway, so without ado, let's get started. And oh yeah, this is for entertainment purposes only, and forgive me for my fingernails and hands. I was gardening again today. Had to do some repotting of some plants. Nothing better than to get your hand in and digging around and putting the water in, and, you know, mixing your soil so it's just that right consistency before you put the new plant in. So yeah, let's do this. This is Mystical Shaman deck, one of my absolute favorite decks. Matter of fact, I just finished using it as the card of the day. Not this week, but last week. I've shuffled and shuffled and shuffled these cards today, so. Yeah, I have a few announcements if you'll wait to the end of the video. They're kind of exciting. And, yeah. One it's yeah, I'm extending the, well, you'll find out at the end. You probably guessed now. I probably said enough. Spirit, what's our current situation, please? See if I can dump all the cards on the floor. What I usually do. If I don't do that, I bump the camera and make you guys seasick. Ooh. Got the coyote. Coyote spirit. Definitely. Look what is happening in the coyote's forehead. Doesn't it look to you like all of this is coming out? I mean, the moon back here, but it's almost like even in the energy of the moon is coming out of the coyote. And then when you look really close, that's either a moth or a butterfly wing. So I'm interpreting that as transformation. Now, I know as a part of Navajo lore, the coyote is the trickster, but the coyote is very sacred. The coyote put the stars in the sky. That's the synopsis short version of the story, of the legend. I look at the eyes in this coyote. They kind of look, don't they look female to you? I guess maybe it's the outline with the little darkness out here. They just have they don't look sinister. They don't look like the trickster. There's a transformation going on here. This is what's happening to us right now. Especially us as women. Because so many we have been thought of as the trickster too. The ones you can't trust. Especially by certain parts of the population. I'm being kind. The certain parts of the population who appear to be worried and afraid of the fact that women are very intelligent and can do so much and can figure out things that just surprise men. I think they think sometimes they just assume we don't know stuff. And it's just because we're women. And especially if you're a woman that's kind of feminine. I'll give you a good story here about me. I'm sorry, I digress, but it's kind of poignant to this beautiful, beautiful beast in this card. When I was going through therapy, I was asked, in one sentence, what is your father's idea or opinion of you? What is it he wanted? In one sentence, what is it your father wants for you? And I went, to be in my white lace dress, working on my car engine. That is the perfect paradox for my whole relationship with my father. And was his only child, so he made sure I knew a lot. Luckily, I was capable of absorbing and retaining most of it. Now, recalling it, getting harder. But look at her. You know, around here, there's a lot of urban coyotes. And they play a lot of tricks to separate out a female dog in heat. And they'll mate with her. And they're called, the resulting dog is a coy dog. It's a coyote hybrid. Coyote hybrid. And they usually, you know, select a dog that's about their size. So, you know, that can be a female German Shepherd, or, you know, it's in the backyard. And so they're half wild. But yet they make really interesting pets, because talk about a smart dog. Wow. Yeah, I picked up a rock one day and chased one of these guys down my street. Hello, it's a wild animal the size of a German Shepherd, and all you have is a rock in your Yeah, I was really thinking, wasn't I? Yeah. Oh, and that was like at 10:30 in the morning. So it wasn't even like it was early in the morning or late at night or right at dusk or some, you know, when wild animals are usually out and about. It was right in the middle of the day. Anyway, back to our reading. This coyote is not a trickster, but this coyote still has that intelligence. And it's transforming into a better being. Coyotes will eat and survive off of almost anything. I'm looking at all the feathers. I mean, obviously, these are ceremonial. Obviously, these are ceremonious. And these are green. So, yeah. It's like where we are accused of being a trickster, but we're much kinder and much gentler inside than that. And we're transforming so that the world can see it in us. As we transform, we're radiating a light. I feel it. I think that's a lot of why we, I don't know about you guys, but I've been really tired lately. Really tired. Where do we want to be? Inside, we're the mom. We're the, you know, alpha female of the pack. And, you know, we're all about taking care of those babies and having those babies. Not fighting and warring and stuff. That's what the alpha male is for. But together, they're the perfect pair. Apart, it's hard. They'll make it because they will eat almost anything. But if you can have a partner to share in the duties with, equally sharing, and I mean a partner, governments and everything. We need to look at who our partners are and maybe reevaluate some we didn't give a chance. So, what is our goal? Oh, and that is a number 3 card, which is the card of expression, growth. Yeah, there you go, transformation. It's also the number for groups. coyote, the female, you know, the alpha female, and the coyote kits. Yeah. I'd call that a group. The pack. This card's all about expression, growth, and the pack. I like that. Doing things for the pack. Not just for the individual, because the individual's transforming and changing. So we kind of need to be leaning on each other in this pack while we transform. Because we're all doing it. Some of us are being forced to slow down. And some of us are just so tired that they throw cards all over the place. I'm sorry. It has been a very busy week. And a really good week for me. Two cards. I'll take them. Oh, they're good cards. They're interesting cards. Where we want to be. First off, we want to be moving out of stagnation. The Dust Devil. And the 6th card, which is all about, go figure, harmony, cooperation, and healing. These things fall over on my table. That's a good sign there's too much here. Harmony, cooperation, and healing. Look at her. That's the Dust Devil. We see a lot of those here in Arizona. So I can keep the shine off. I just dropped the other card on the floor. This card's all about moving out of stagnation. You know, there's other cards that have come up lately about being in the desert. And they pertain to taking that first step. We aren't doing that. So the Dust Devil's gonna come along and move us. Even though we're going through this transformation. So this card is very connected to this. It's like that card's the bridge. And the other card, yeah, it's the bridge. What are we looking for, everybody? And what are we doing? We are all doing a balancing act. A very precarious balancing act right now. But it's okay, because that's a 9 card. And that's okay, because that card is about attainment, fulfillment, fruition. That's the you know, we're almost at completion with a 9. So instead of looking at it as though it's a balancing act, how do you stand on one foot? Does she look like she's standing? I think she's doing what? A pirouette? You see, that's a lady here. In the flower. Right there's your face. Which really isn't, that's the flower, but this is a lunar moth. Talk about a connection. We're looking for balance. That's where we want to be. That's the final destination just before we completely transform. Everything has to be in balance. We're wanting that time of chaos and cleaning house to be over with. And I think that that's a part of the dust devil's job. I was cleaning out the stagnation, you know, the swamp. I don't know how you want to look at it. Interpret that yourself. That's always goes with these cards because of the images in these cards. They are very open to interpretation. And by the way, I have to give Danny Shea, Bathrobe Tarot, credit. This show that I've been doing for over a year, I think this is number 54, 55 Saturday Solutions that I have done. His Sundays with Spirit is my inspiration for this. It's to try to help you guys find, you guys and me, to find a way and a goal for the coming days. Coming months, coming years, however you want to interpret it for you and how it fits your life. What I interpret with my mouth and my words is what I'm telling you, is that's the coming days is what I'm interpreting this as. Yeah. I'm also thinking here, I just heard Spirit tell me that 15 months. For the next 15 months. It's going to be like a dust devil going through and moving out. But the result is the dances with one foot and the balancing act. How do we get there? I mean, we got part of how we get there. This is going to happen for us. But from here to here, we know there's a huge leap from here to here. You can't go from here to here without going through here. That's a very important point. Thank you, Spirit. I needed to make that point. We all want to say, oh, let it go. You think of that horrible memory, let it go. Oh, gee, really? How do you do that? Someone teach me. It's not possible. There's a process to it all. You have to work through your emotions of that. And it will come up again because there will be parts of it that you didn't get to work through previously because you weren't ready to. So we need to find out. We need a map. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the Shamanic Dreams by Colette Baron Reed. Shamanic Dreams Oracle. And now I'm getting ready to use the Enchanted Maps Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. These cards work so beautifully together. How do we get from transforming into a completely different outer being because of the transformation of our inner being? No, let me get that back. I'm sorry. I misheard you. This transformation is happening on the inside, but we still look the same on the outside. So how do we get to where we're into with partnerships and not always having to dance on one foot like a balancing act as well? Because if we were to jump from here to here, that's what it would be like. Pardon me. You gotta get rid of the old to make room for the new, you know? I mean, here, this is a growth card. I love it. This is a growth card. This is a harmony card, a cooperation card, and a healing card. And here we go again with a growth card. Well, not really growth, it's fruition. Coming to fruition. Fulfillment. Feeling fulfilled. So it's, an easy balancing act. She's got her wings folded up. Okay. Wow, do we get this card a lot. I understand why, too. And I've been doing a lot more of that. Whoop. A lot more listening and a lot less flapping my jaw. Well, I feel like I've been talking a lot this week. That's why I keep having to clear my throat. But I did several live streams. I did 2 live streams yesterday. And I'm only used to doing 2 live streams a week. It was great. It was great fun. Listening. You see, the elephant never forgets. I'm thinking about the sounds here coming out of these 2 creatures. Oh, sorry. That itty bitty fat little bird is making all this tweedledee music. Is it? You know what elephants are like. And this elephant looks like it's very focused on this. It's coming out of its forehead. Kind of like on us where our third eye would be. And as I recall, I believe in the elephant skull, I think that's pretty hollow right in there. There's not much there. So sad to even know that I've seen enough of those to even know that. And I didn't see it in person. It's just I watch a lot of documentaries and stuff. Anyway. If we just shut up and listen, not only will we hear those loud flappity jaws that there's not very many of. It's interesting how this is kind of turning political. But there's people around us all the time. There always have been, and there probably always will be, that are very loud and vocal in whatever they do, whether it's complaining or praising or whatever. And I'm not praising was the wrong word. I'm sorry. They may be a small group, but because of their passion, they are very loud. Does that make sense? I hope. Where this being is so gigantic, it makes sounds the human ear can't even hear, but the body can feel. It's called infrasound. That's how elephants communicate. And they communicate over vast distances. And I'm also looking at this beautiful animal's tusks. They're gorgeous. And that little red bird, that's his alarm system. Here they come, go hide. Protect those beautiful tusks. Here they come. Be quiet. Protect. Oh my goodness, this is also from last week. Protect your treasure. That is more than your treasure. They need those. I mean, it's like your canine teeth, folks. Very important. Doesn't matter because they don't get to see what it's like to live without them. Anyway, the 8. This is an 8 card. Yeah. That's interesting. It's telling us to be quiet and listen. You got these two very prominent sounds. Infrasound can heal and infrasound can harm, depending on, I believe, I don't know if it's the megahertz or the volume, but it can damage. So it's telling us to be quiet and only use what we need. Yeah. When we have to take action. And when we have to take action, use your mastery. Know what you know. Don't guess what you don't know. It's also looking at the accomplishment, your accomplishment. You want to feel balanced when you look back at, as you're going through the transformation, you will have chances to look back on so much. That's the whole point. That's to get balanced. When you look back, you'll see everything in a different light. Everything. Because you're different. That's why you can't ever go back to the way it was. Anytime somebody tells you to go back, let's go back and do. Look at them funny. Give them that. What you talking about? Willis? I don't know if you guys ever watched that show. Actually ended up really bad for the kids in that show. Anyway, what you talking about? Obviously, we've got a chakra blocked. Because, I don't know about you, I really have a hard time keeping my mouth shut when somebody insults me. And I don't mean it, no, insult isn't really, yeah, well, insult you, but even just when I feel discounted lately, I bark very quickly. Very quickly. And I need to shut up and listen. Calm down and listen. That's better. Wow, look at these 2 cards. They're green. That's a lot of healing. That's cool. Let's find out what chakra is blocked. This is the Kalidadope chakra. Yeah. Swatches of chakra. See if I was going to mix them up upside down again. Swatches of chakra deck by Crystal Banner. Anyway, I'm sorry. Back to what I was saying about giving Danny Shay credit for giving me inspiration on the very first show that I started on my channel was doing this show right here. And I think I did about 14 of them before I decided, well, you needed to do, Spirit's like, you need to do a little more. Let's start figuring out some live streams or something. Yeah. Okay, I think we're just gonna... Oh, boy. Wow, that's a first. You mean they're all blocked? No. That's pardon me, but I do have to look that one up. That's the Soul Star chakra. In this deck. Yeah, it's limitless. It's about us being limitless. We don't believe that we are. That should say limitlessness, because we are so full of fear. If you really believe that you're unlimited, how can you be afraid of anything? And we are unlimited. Our spirit is unlimited. So why are we so afraid? We are infinite energy. This is the connection of spirit and spiritual energy of the universe. It is all encompassing. When it's balanced, you feel cosmic connectedness between all things. And you look at your limitations as though, that's an illusion. Where's that coming from? And you have a commitment to your spiritual purpose. When it's balanced, your transcendence. You have zest for life. And the ability to access past life memories, moving out of stagnation, listening. When it's out of balance, you're restless and you need to be grounded. You have a lack of purpose, kind of flailing like, well, what am I going to do tomorrow? I don't know. We'll see what tomorrow brings. And tomorrow gets here and it's like, what do I want to do today? I don't know. Maybe I'll play a game. Maybe I'll watch some YouTube. When I should be working on my resume or updating that project I started, or there's a new one, finishing that project I started. You just don't have a zest for life and your ability to access past life memories. Yeah. Yeah, you have a lack of purpose. So when it's balanced, it's all about commitment to spiritual purpose. When it's out of balance, you have a lack of purpose. Extreme opposites. And you have anxiety regarding your life path, because you don't know your purpose. And so that makes you feel isolated. Especially when you're in a group of people that are all, seem to be, have it together, you know, they've been through their time and now they're really enjoying their life and they're prospering, and you're not. And you can't figure out why. So you feel isolated. Oh, the crystals are herderite. We use these too. Sorry, I don't want to cover her pretty face up. Put that there. Clear quartz crystal. Herkimer diamond. Not really, that's clear quartz crystal, but it's got phantoms in it like a Herkimer diamond does. I don't think I've got a Herkimer here. I do have a Herkimer diamond, but it's in a necklace. you know, wire wrapped, handmade wire wrap necklace. Oh yes. And that light color in my ring, rainbow moonstone. There you go. Now you can see the flash of the blue. The one up above that is labradorite, but that doesn't go. That doesn't go with this particular chakra. Now the affirmations that you need to tell yourself, you know, when you're, you know, write these down on a piece of paper and tape it to your darn mirror if you have to. When you get up, but tonight, or yeah, today, when you go comb your hair, brush your teeth, you know, get ready to go about your business. Take a deep breath of commitment to your spiritual purpose and say, I acknowledge I am a spiritual being. I respond to the calling of my soul. I have a deep commitment to my spiritual purpose. I embody universal peace. I am connected to all things in the universe. I allow the divine to enter and transform my life. I have the ability to tap the energy of the universe, which is limitless. Not kind of limitless. Limitless. Wow. So let the coyote rest again. I'm going to use, for a message from Spirit, that was quite a reading. For a message from Spirit, I'm going to use the lovely Oracle deck by Lilac Lantern. Lilac Lantern Tarot, pardon me. These cards are so pretty, and the messages are so fun to work with. And they're very easy to shuffle. They slide together nice, because they're kind of a fabric finish. As you can kind of, they're kind of woven. They're really nice. If you are interested in getting them, go to tarotlovecommunity.net and go to Lilac Lantern store, or not her store, Lilac Lantern's desk, I believe. Lilac Lantern Studio. Haha, I'm sorry, Andrea. Lilac Lantern Studio. And there you will find a link where you can get her cards. She also has 2 other decks. So, what is our message, please? That one. Okie dokie. Spirit wants us to understand. It's okay. It's okay to finally realize it's all right to ask for help. But only when you're ready. And I know that kind of sounds kind of counterproductive. Aren't you always ready for help? Well, some of us have a hard time asking for help. Some of us don't like asking for help. I had some cards fall under there. Anyway, some of us don't like asking for help. So this card is saying, assistance is there. Ask for the help. Ask for the help. So here we go. Don't be afraid. If you don't feel like you feel comfortable doing it, oh, I'm sorry. See, I told you that was going to happen at least once. If you don't, whatever this project is that you're working on, that you need help with. Rather than sit here and stagnate and wait for the dust devil to come and move you, ask for help. What is our message from the tethered soul? Spirit, what do you want us to know about? You know, and you know how to, yes, when you listen, you know who to finally ask for help from. Okay. You know who it is that you need to ask for help from. You're too busy talking. You don't get to see and feel the people around you. Not all of us can feel every person in the room as soon as you walk in the room. Some empaths can. I can open the door to the mall and I want to turn around and run because I immediately get fear of flight because I feel every shopper in the place. And it's kind of like the teacher and the Peanuts cartoons, the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Anyway, I digress. Wow, I just looked up and the video said 44 minutes and 44 seconds. Need to wrap this up. But 44, y'all. Awakening consciousness. It's hard to see that in that because it's so light on the light background. But that's the category. All the cards have this background. Who is having all these physical, emotional, and mental experiences? Notice who is experiencing the experience. Realize you, the experiencer, have a certain quality. And that quality is awareness, consciousness, an intuitive sense of existence. You exist regardless, thoughts or no thoughts. Wow. Let's one more time. Who is having all these physical, emotional, or mental experiences? Notice who is experiencing the experience. Realize that you, the experiencer, have a certain quality. And that quality is awareness, consciousness, an intuitive sense of existence. You exist regardless, thoughts or no thoughts. I'm going to take that one step farther. Body or no body. I'm going to go ahead and put that one back. That's powerful. You exist. Thought or no thought. Here we go. We're limitless. I'm sorry. We're limitless? Limitless. Wait a minute. One of these cards. Yeah, this was an 8. That's also the infinity card. That 8 on its side. Symbol for infinity. Okay. Well, I thank you very much for coming, you guys. I know this is kind of long. Sometimes it happens. There's a lot to be said here. A little bit of politics thrown in with how we're experiencing it. I hope it helped. If you know somebody that maybe this reading might give them a different outlook, share it with them, please. If you liked what you saw and you're new here, first of all, you're welcome anytime. Thank you for coming. If you want to come back for more, please subscribe. And at that point, click on that bell. I call it the all bell because it's a bell and the word beside it says all. That's so that you will supposedly get all the notifications from YouTube. YouTube's gotten much better on that than they used to be, so I should give them credit. I thank you very, very much for being here. As you go through the week next week, I want you to please listen. Don't act. Be careful before you act, because you're going to hear a lot of this. That red puffery from a small group. Just know, you know, the dust devil's coming through. Okay? I love you guys. Be kind to one another. And if you can't, turn around and walk away. It's really hard not to come back at somebody in the same tone of voice, same tone and attitude that they come at you with. But that really gets you nowhere, but in a fight. We don't want violence. No way do we want violence. That just proves them right. Violence is not what we're about. So if you need help in this, if you feel unsafe at home, you feel in any way, shape, or form you need help, ask for it. Thank you, you guys. Be kind to yourself and ask for help. I love you. See you next week.
Hello, everyone. I'm kdmoonchild. I'm here to say a prayer for peace. We pray for the power to be gentle, the strength to be forgiving, the patience to be understanding, and the endurance to accept the consequences of holding to what we believe to be right. May we put our trust in the power of good to overcome evil and the power of love to overcome hatred. We pray for the vision to see and the faith to believe in a world emancipated from violence, a new world where fear shall no longer lead men to commit injustice, nor selfishness make them bring suffering to others. Help us to devote our whole life and thought and energy to the task of making peace, praying always for the inspiration and the power to fulfill the destiny for which we and all men are created.
And so it is.